There's nothing more humiliating than when your hero disappoints you, especially when they're in a sport where they're considered untouchable. Well, that was the case last night for Canelo Álvarez, who in front of 20,000 people and millions more watching at home, lost their respect, lost their support, and ultimately lost the fight. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our show. For those who don't know, I'm your host, and my co-host is still out celebrating his 4th of July weekend. Now today, we're going to be taking a look at what many are calling the most humiliating defeat in boxing history, as Canelo Álvarez's own fans walked out on him. But before we get into it, please make sure you subscribe, as we put out episodes like this one every single day. So if you enjoy our videos, make sure you stay tuned. Also, please make sure you check out our new channel, because we just started putting out videos over there as well, and we're going to have some exclusive content on there very soon. But enough about that. Let's get into it. Last night in Las Vegas, Mexico, as Canelo Álvarez stepped into the ring to face off against WBO super welterweight champion Terrence Bud Crawford, with Álvarez moving up in weight to take on Crawford in a bid to become a 4-division champion. The build-up to the fight was a tale of two narratives. Crawford, the pound-for-pound king, entered the arena with an aura of invincibility, having not lost a single bout in his professional career. His record stood at 39 wins and 0 losses, a testament to his skills. On the other side was Canelo, the Mexican superstar, whose legions of fans made him a global icon. Known for his aggressive style and knockout power, Canelo had a record of 59 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw as the fight commenced. However, it became apparent that this was not going to be just another Canelo victory. In fact, what transpired in the T-Mobile Arena has sent shockwaves through the boxing world. From the first bell, Crawford dominated. He was faster, more accurate, and simply on another level. It wasn't just a matter of skill, but also of heart and determination. By round 3, the boos rained down on Canelo. Fans couldn't believe what they were witnessing. Their hero was off his game. His signature aggression replaced by wild swings that missed Crawford by a mile. The Mexican superstar was in trouble. By round 6, the humiliation was palpable. Crawford landed a 6-punch flurry that had the crowd on the edge of their seats. But it wasn't just the punches. It was Crawford's footwork, his agility, and his sheer dominance that made this fight a lopsided affair. It was clear to anyone with eyes that Canelo was outclassed and overwhelmed. And then something unprecedented happened. Crawford's onslaught continued in round 7, causing Canelo's team to throw in the towel. It wasn't just the punches or the points, it was the complete and utter demoralization of a fighter who had never before been so outclassed. And the fans in Las Vegas had seen enough. They started to leave, not in trickles, but in droves. Entire sections of the arena emptied out, leaving behind a smattering of boos and the sound of popcorn being tossed. Yes, you heard that right. People were literally throwing their snacks in disgust. There was scattered chants of refund, echoing through the arena. The sight of thousands of empty seats by round 8 was a stark testament to the shocking turn of events. It was as if the crowd wanted to physically distance themselves from what they were witnessing. Canelo, the man they had cheered for, had turned in what many are calling the worst performance of his life. As the fight dragged on, so did the exodus. The 7th round ended with more fans heading for the exits than staying in their seats. By the 8th round, the arena was more than half empty. It wasn't just the casual fans. Even some of Canelo's diehard supporters were disheartened and disillusioned. It wasn't just the fight. They were witnessing their idol's downfall, his humiliation. It was a scene that was hard to comprehend. A superstar boxer losing not just a fight, but the support of his own people. And the cruelty of it all was not lost on the commentators. They were as stunned as everyone else, struggling to come up with an explanation for what they were seeing. Words like unprecedented, unbelievable, and unfathomable were thrown around, trying in vain to describe the scene in the ring and the stands. But there was no explanation, no justification for what they were witnessing. On social media, the shockwaves were even greater. Twitter exploded with memes, jokes, and analyses, all trying to make sense of the unthinkable. Hashtag worst Canelo Over became a trending topic within minutes of the fight ending, garnering millions of tweets. Every punch, every miss, every movement was dissected and debated. Some were angry, some were confused, but all were shocked. Canelo, the man who had always delivered, had fallen flat, and the internet was both amused and surprised. There were jokes comparing Canelo to a human punching bag. Memes showed him tied up like a piñata, ready to be hit. It was a far cry from the reverence he had commanded just hours before the fight. But the most cutting commentary came from Crawford himself. During the post-fight press conference, as Crawford basked in his victory, he delivered a line that was as cold as it was true. "I didn't just beat him. I made his own fans give up on him," he said, savoring the silence that followed his words. And those words resonated like a hammer blow. They were a brutal reminder of what Canelo had just endured, not just in the ring, but outside of it as well. Canelo, the man who had always seemed invincible, the man who had always triumphed, had been humbled in the worst way possible by his own fans. It was a defeat that transcended the ring, a loss of face, a loss of pride, and ultimately a loss of heart. Now, as the dust settles on this shocking fight, one thing is clear. Canelo may have lost his last bout, but he's likely won the war. No matter what happens next, this match will be etched in boxing history as the night Canelo's fans walked out on him. It's a moment that defied logic, a spectacle that confounded expectations, and a defeat that redefined humiliation. Thank you for watching! Please make sure you subscribe and check out our new channel. Also, please give this video a like, and remember, be good to one another.